Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Building the Ultimate Matchbox Car Collection. My name's Tyrone and today I wanted to share with you the latest from Matchbox, which is the 12 new Mustangs, issue 2020, and a few older ones, and a few from Majorette and Hot Wheels, and we'll compare those with the Matchbox. But first we'll start on a little bit of history. This was one of the first Matchbox cars in the Mustang range. See if I can get that. Oops. This was first released in the 1971 catalogue. Where is he? There he is, 1971, and it continued in the 1972 catalogue, and the 1973 and 1974 catalogue, and then by 1975 that was replaced by the Boss. And the blue one came out in the same year. I do have it somewhere, but after an hour of looking for it yesterday I gave up. And I've come up with a new rule in this house: if you're looking for something and you've taken more than an hour, you really should give up. So I gave up. So I'll put these original ones on the turntable, have a little look. Yellow ones, actually none of them are all in mint condition, but fairly close to it. I never called these guys opening parts back then, but some of them did have opening parts. This one, the bonnet. And of course in the 90s they brought the 1960s Mustang back. They did okay, but the scale's a little bit different, looks a little bit off. Yeah, I suppose it's a personal preference thing. You like what you grow up with, and the 70s ones really do it for me. So I'll put that over there, and we can get into the 12 set. We'll just do this randomly as they sort of come up. So unbox number 7 first, which happens to be a convertible. This one's the 2007 Ford Shelby GT 500G. Taking tips on opening these packets from Chasing Diecast Cars, he suggested to put your thumb on the bottom of the packet and rip it open with the rest of your fingers, and it seems to have worked this time. Thank you. Even though these are, the back ones are slightly different models than this new guy, they look great together. And this one should complement the bunch. This is 2018 Ford Mustang convertible. This is number 1 in the lineup of 12. That wasn't quite the clean rip I was hoping for. The package succumbs nonetheless. That's nice. That's really nice. We should put all these up on the turntable together, show them off. So these are the two from the 1 to 12 series. See if we can fit these on elegantly. Actually, there is only 4. I need to get both blue ones up. Any more convertibles? No. That's better. So plonk those over there. And let's go for this guy here. Put that over there. So this is number. Put the camera back over here. This is number 4, the 1968 Ford Mustang GTCS. It's obviously in the first mix. I'll bring them out in 2 lots. It's a bit difficult. Nice blue this time round. This green one comes from this year's multi-packs, like the 9-pack, and I think it was in a 3-pack somewhere along the line. They look good together. Actually, put those up. No, we'll rip open something else. Number 10 is also 1968 Ford Mustang GTCS in a lovely gold. No, that's not working for me. Diecast, chasing diecast cars. It's sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Maybe I should get a knife for the next one on the ready. Ooh. That's different. Very shiny, very bling. And what else do we have that would go with those? That's it in that shape. So we'll pop those up on the turntable too. It's a nice addition, the gold one. It has a similar back, I noticed, to the 1968 Mercury Cougar. Obviously Mercury is part of the Ford Motor Company, so they would have exchanged ideas somewhere along the line. Maybe it was the same designer. They used to draw them by hand in those days and then make a mock-up and then put them into production, so more imagination than computer skills. It's obviously the Hot Wheels Mercury Cougar. Sweet. Nice rims, nice paint job, and they all pretty much complement each other, as they should. So we'll put those over there. And what else? Maybe go for the Fastbacks. So this is number 5. And this is the 65 Ford Mustang GT. No, they're not letting me do that at all. So brute force is what's needed. Oh, I like that. Always preferred the Fastback Mustangs. It's very sporty. If you compare, forgive the different scale, but yeah, they're doing a better job these days than they were in the 90s with this model, and dare I say it, a better job than they did in the very early 70s. That looks really good. And we've got a couple of the Fastbacks in this 12. Number 12 of 12 is the red one, 1965 Ford Mustang GT. Now, they really have changed the glue on these packets, which is a pain, but we get there. Red looks good, silver racing stripes. Naturally, they complement each other. That's actually not too far off being similar wheels. Yeah, that's good. Put him up on the 10 tab too. Very nice. And I think we should go off-road now. This one's proving very popular. This is the 68. Oops. Very cool skull and crossbones on the bonnet. This one's already also got two different ones in the 12. Similar but different. Big wheel's going to roll away on me. There we are. And we'll get these guys in here too. Of course, the white one was included in the off-road rally series very recently. I made a video of that about a week ago, I think. So they do repeat constantly, but that's okay. It's a bit like when you're trying to catalogue your collection. There are so many things that one particular car will go into, so many categories, so you're not sure where to put it, and it ends up in one category and for one reason, and it's lacking in another, so you wind up buying multiples just to fill the categories. First world problem, I guess. And now we can we'll go for the newer models. This is the 2019 coupe, looking lovely in orange. I won't unbox this one, seeing as I already have when that first arrived here. Man. Whoa, that looks good. That looks really good. do we have to compare? Oh, I forgot to add that in the convertibles, but we'll rip that open in a bit. I think I have another colour of these somewhere, maybe I'm wrong. Wow, that looks good. It's got to go on the turntable. I was thinking about buying a real one of these a couple of years ago, and went down to the local Ford dealer and discussed options, and I'm glad I didn't, because now you just see them everywhere in Australia. They import about 6,500 of them. They come into the country as right-hand drives, so you don't have to convert them like you do some American cars. And it was about 70-odd thousand at the time. But yeah, they're very common now. You just see them everywhere. There's no novelty value to them. Nice looking car, but I'm glad I shied away from it in the end. Sadly, they have a 2.3 litre option, EcoBoost, and I asked the salesman who would buy something like that when they come out in a 5 litre, as they should. And he said they're very popular with people who like to buy them here and then put them on a boat to places like Singapore, which have very strict emissions standards, and they don't like the V8s over there. So they ship them to places like Singapore, sell them for a profit, and good luck to them, I suppose. But it seemed not a nice way for Mustang to go, or Ford to go, to put a 2 litre in these things. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, they call it an EcoBoost, and I'm sure it drives fine, but you know, it's a Mustang. Put a 5 litre in it. So that's those guys there. Before I go any further, I should have a look at this. See, just to join the club. As I say, they're not all the same year, but convertibles look great together. Yeah. What a lineup. Okay, that's out of my system. Get rid of the double actually. Go. And then they can fit over there. I've got a colour change off-roader as well, so I suppose we'll put that with the rest. Diecast Dude was going to do a demonstration on the colour changes. I wonder if he has already, or if he is going to. We'll look forward to seeing that. Certainly look good together. 5 and counting. I'm sure there'll be more, and I'm sure I'll add them to my collection. There. Oh, of course, the police car. There are 2 police cars in the 1 to 12 lineup. They are both the same model of the 93 Ford Mustang LX SSP. I think the last SP of the SSP is Super Pursuit, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, look at that. And the second one in the same set, being number 9. Same model, different livery. No, see, no rhyme or reason. But either way, they don't last long here. Yeah, that looks good. Probably didn't need to rip either of these open because I have so many loose already. And this one you got in the front. Cop cars always look good together. I think that's the main reason why so many people buy so many of them, because you see one and it looks good, you see two that looks better, but you see them en masse, they look fantastic. And I love this model, this is lovely. What else? Oh, we'll open up some other brands as the table gets more and more crowded. Those over there. So this is the Hot Wheels version. It's in the car culture, which means they are better made, they are much more expensive, but you can tell they should be. They're metal on metal, rubber wheels, really nice paint job, a decent amount of detail, and you get what you pay for. Put that up there so we can have a better look at them. Although the bulk of my collection is Matchbox, I really do appreciate the other brands, especially when they do a job as good as Hot Wheels have done here. And of course Hot Wheels do a cheaper version, which I wouldn't bother with, being a Matchbox fan and all. Put those there. And we can move on to the Majorette, as we call it in Australia. I've heard it being probably properly pronounced in Europe, especially on Diecast Dude's channel and also Chasing Diecast Cars channel, and they call it, and I'll probably get it wrong, but I think it's Majorette. I think that's how they say it, and I'm sure that's the proper way. I don't speak French very well, but I do know enough to know how to correctly pronounce the letters as they do. With a little bit more practice I might get that word right, but over here in Australia and every other Anglophonic country, English speaking country, we call it Majorette. So have a look at this one. This is Vintage Deluxe and stunning paint job, so I thought I'd compare. Again, you're paying more for these ones, being their premium cars, so you'd expect a premium product, which this one seems to be so far. Ooh, if I thought I had problems with the Matchbox, how do you get this guy out? Ooh. It's a struggle. One of the tyres, two of the tyres are a bit loose. Oh, what a paint job. Comes with a box, that's a good idea. Matchbox, actually I think they all do it now. You get the big artistic flashy packaging, and if you don't want to keep the packaging, at least you still get a nice box to keep the model in. That's a really good idea. Good suspension, lovely paint job. Majorette always do a good job of doors that open and close really nicely. And there's also a police car version of this, among others, but these are the two I picked up. I have the non-premium police car there as well as a few other liveries. We'll go for the premium police car. See how they look together. Oh, this is two-piece. That's easier. Oh, look at that suspension. This has got to go on the turntable. Wow. Wow. That looks great. Don't think we've missed anything. Here we've got that one already unboxed. We've got those already unboxed. I'll leave those, seeing as we saw the premium. These are others from the 90s and early 2000s of not a very desirable Mustang, but all part of the set. Same with that one. Missed anything? Nope, got all of that. I wish I had found the blue one of this from 75, but it's somewhere in the chaos of my collection as it stands now. Probably find it 15 minutes after I stop filming, but that's the way it goes. Right guys, I think that wraps up the Mustang edition of this episode or this channel. If you liked what you see, please subscribe and please hit the like button, help me out, and I'll see you next time for probably a Porsche episode, because there are a few opening parts Porsches coming, so I'll show you those, compare old with new as I like to do. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time, bye.